네, 어서와 한국은 처음이지. 오늘은요 한국살이 공부에 푹 빠진 분들이 자리를 해주셨는데요. 일단 인사 부탁드리겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 한국살이 3년차 영국에서 온 비릭스입니다.
해냈어.
자, 이제 집에 가도 돼요.
이게 가장 어렵죠. 잘했어요. 굿잡.
굿자.
Thinking about it for a while. I was, you know.
우리 필릭스는 지난 추석 때 100인분 요리 만들기
맞아요.
이후에 정말 오랜만에 오셨는데 그동안 어떻게 지내셨어요?
요즘 공부하고 있어서
공부?
천천히 말하면 이해할 수도 있어요.
그래, 아니 그동안 많이 늘었어요.
많이 늘었어요.
그 아직까지 배웠던 단어 중에 제일 어려운 게
거짓말쟁이.
거짓말쟁이.
이게 많이 들었나 보다.
왜냐면 안 숙제했어요.
아, 숙제 안 했어.
안 했어. 거짓말쟁이.
거짓말쟁이.
네.
열심히 배우고 계시네요.
우리 아들이 9살인데 똑같아요. 숙제를 안 해놓고 한 척하면 저도 거짓말쟁이라고 얘기를 하는데.
네. 저도.
아니 오늘은 근데 우리 필릭스가 혼자 왔어요. 맨날 그 같이 다니던 형들 있잖아요. 저스틴,
그러게요.
디미.
Unfortunately, I would love if Justin was here. He's a great friend of mine, but I don't think he's the most like history clued up person. So that's why Daniel and Alberta, who's not here, were the perfect teachers.
저 역사 선생님 아니지만 같이 함께 되었습니다.
그래요.
예.
아, 반갑습니다.
네, 여러분 안녕하세요. 한국살이 15년 차 독일에서 온 다니엘입니다. 반갑습니다.
자 그리고 이번 주에도 크리스티안
예.
함께 해주시는 겁니까?
예. 안녕하세요, 여러분. 인사드리겠습니다. 원래는 이렇게 3명이 여행 갔잖아요.
그렇죠.
원래 알베르토 형이 여기 있어야 되는데 그래서 저 알베르토 형이랑 전화를 한번 해봤어요.
뭐라고?
어떻게 여행을 했는지 다 공부해왔습니다. 그래서 오늘은 이제 특별히 알베르토의 영혼을 이렇게 제가 받아들여서 알베르토 있는 것처럼 제가 대신해드리겠습니다.
있는 것 같아요.
예.
가끔 헷갈려요. 자 그렇다면 이 반만년에 유관 한국 역사 중에 어느 시대 역사 투어를 하고 왔는지 함께 만나보도록 하겠습니다.
Me two younger brothers.
Younger brothers. Yeah.
Younger brothers. Wow, I envy you guys.
날이 꽤 추웠나 봐요. 지금 다들 귀가 빨개졌어요.
진짜 좋아요. Yeah, well, one of them lives in Hong Kong actually, but he just like works in like a product designer.
So me and Daniel were very close friends, and I've known Felix for a few months.
Yeah.
We've met the first time today.
아, 처음 뵙는구나.
I think ever since I was like a small boy, I guess, I was always interested in history. I went to Edinburgh University. And then obviously for my bachelor's and master's, I studied history.
역사학으로 석사학위.
엘리트.
Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
와, 엄청 높네.
There he is.
오!
And then I went over to Korea. And unfortunately, I would love to have known more about it, but I just didn't have contact with it, to be honest. And I actually watched their last show where they went along and talked about, was it the Korean War?
맞아요.
Yeah, you're right. In the Second War, the bloodiest battle in the history of the Korean War. What is there any significance to the white part of the horse?
Of the dust coming up from the
막힘없이 슬슬 다 설명해 주셨어요.
I saw that both of these two had a massive passion history, so I contacted them and we got in touch, and this is what brought us today.
세 분의 공통점이 있네요.
그러게요. 만날 수 있는 최고의 선생님 콤비죠.
Yeah. So, no, I'm just looking forward to.
But I was very surprised to hear that you majored in history. And
Yeah, exactly. It's finally I get to see some more of the history of Korea as well, which I've been super fascinated about, but haven't had a chance to.
so I studied Asian studies and Korean studies later during my master's.
Oh wow! You'll be our tour guide.
I try to.
든든하죠.
Usually foreigners don't really come here. I mean, so we thought maybe you could be interested and so.
I'm super interested. This is insane. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's.
I mean, it's a kind of. I feel a little bit sorry because the first spot that we are visiting today, it's a prison. So the so-called 서대문형무소, so the 서대문 prison.
서대문형무소.
번쯤이라도 가봐야죠.
서대문형무소 간 거 보니까 근대사 쪽
맞아요.
역사를 배우러 갔나 보네요.
I think it's a kind of very dark and also very sad place to start the history tour that we did today. But at the same time, I think it was the most important place. How much they suffered, how much they, had to bear with in order to fight for their country. And I think it's the best place where you really can feel.
너무 아픈 역사적인 상처를 고스란히 담고 있는 공간이죠.
특히 겨울에는 더욱더 그런 것 같아요.
맞아요.
마음이 무거워.
We are talking today, about like the Korean independence movement during Japanese colonization. A very, very famous and a very important spot. So this prison has a very long history.
Okay.
And I think let's try to get in and see what it offers. After you.
저길 들어가는 기분 자체가 좀 숙연해질 것 같아요.
That's the spot. That's the spot. Pretty big, right?
That's massive. Yeah.
맞아요.
그쵸.
네.
필릭스는 원래 알고 있었어요? 저 역사에 대해서?
No, I didn't actually know about this. I didn't see it on any sort of, when I first arrived, on any like TripAdvisor lists or like tour lists. Usually you have like Gyeongbok Gong Palace and stuff like this. But it was great to actually see Sodemon, something that I would not have normally been able to see. And also with the expert tour guide, which is Daniel.
It's incredible. It's in the heart of Seoul.
Yeah. That's right.
There's absolutely no one here.
정말 요즘 되게 잘 돼 있어요. 들어가면은 정말 다양한 구경을 할 수 있어서 많은 분들이 좀 갔으면 좋겠어요.
So just to give you like some random information, so this was built in 1908, was used until 1987, and so they called it like the Sodemon prison, so the Sodemunghyongmuso from 1923 to 1945 until liberation. It started very small, but they expanded it a lot.
감옥 형무소에서 규모가 점점 커졌구나.
In the 1930s, it became like 30 times larger, right? Because they had to lock up so many Korean independence activities.
저 안에서 얼마나 많은 우리의 선조들이 유린을 많이 당했습니까?
Do they separate them in terms of how like bad their crimes were in terms of like, or is it just done on sort of?
Yeah. So many independence fighters here, and so people were executed here as well. Many Korean independence fighters, and the most shocking thing for me, what I heard was, like Korea was liberated on August 15, right, 1945. But even on the day of liberation, they still kept executing people there.
Wow.
저 시절에는 형무소 외에도 온 나라 자체가 다 감시를 당하는 그냥 나라 자체가 감옥이었어요.
그렇죠.
맞아요.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate.
Well, 16 prisons, I didn't know.
30 prisons in each city. making the country just a huge prison. Wow. Half the country is in a prison at one point.
진짜 말씀하신 것처럼 나라 전체 다 감옥이었죠.
Terrifying.
Iron chain, wow.
What's this iron chain for? Is it like a torture sign?
To keep the prisoners, so they
Like a belt?
yeah, like a belt around your waist, so that you cannot escape.
그냥 저 도구들만 봐도 왠지 상상이 되니까.
So they literally carry this humongous.
얼굴에 씌워.
지하. 거기서 보기 쉽지 않아요.
이게 말이 취조지, 이게 고문이죠. 고문실이죠.
These were the real, like the torture.
물 고문 뭐 여러 가지 형태의 고문들을 다 보여주더라고요.
Yeah, it was. And that's just to get like a confession, basically saying like I was in the wrong. I wonder how many of them didn't confess and was just. Fingernail torture. Oh my god.
아, 손톱.
You knew about this before, or?
I've heard about some of the torture techniques, but fingernail torture just sounds absolutely.
Yeah.
This wooden needle over there.
Yeah.
So they put,
That was one of the worst tortures I heard about.
저 고문에 사용됐던 저런 기구들을 직접 가서 보니까 어떤 기분이 들었어요?
Oh, it was horrifying, really. It was terrifying. Like, you read about it, like you said, in books, but when you actually see it in person, it's a lot more real and sort of disturbing. Really quite, yeah. Oh my God.
아,
they would put somebody in there and then put their feet in and just, shake the box. So that all the nails would.
장난 아니다.
What? A loss of humanity to get to when you're just chucking a person around a box.
사람이 할 수 있는 행동이 아니죠.
Yeah, that one was. Oh God. Oh man, I don't do well with like gory stuff. God almighty. Cutting off of bodily extremities, peeling off of skin, rupturing of internal organs. That's just a sentence that you don't want to have to repeat. Incredibly disturbing that they had to, and all the different methods of torture. That was pretty eye-opening. The level of dude had to put up with that just for speaking up for their liberty.
아, 정말 죄를 지어서 여기 들어가 계신 분은 없었을 거란 생각에 더 화가 나요.
맞아.
아, 숨소리마저도 쉽게 내질 못할 것 같아요. 아, 저렇게 좁아요?
this room. Oof.
아, 사진이에요?
아,
All of the photos of all the people.
아 저렇게나 많아.
이것도 일부분일 거 아니에요?
네,
그쵸.
This whole is always.
Yeah, these are the prisoner cards, prisoner record cards. As you can see, like many prisoners, right? Their cards are, as you can see, like they have the personal information of the prisoners who were kept here, all the prisoners who were held here, and as Alberto said, like 65,000 cards, and they say like about 6,000 remained, but if you exclude the duplicates, you have like around 4,000 cards who remain.
Few thousand are left.
4,000.
4,000 are left. They were founded.
Yeah.
일제 주요 감시 대상 인물 카드라고 하네요.
아, 이게 2018년에 국가 등록 문화재로 등록이 됐대요.
And like the youngest prisoners were around 15 years, the eldest were around like 69.
당시에는 이제 독립운동에 무슨 남녀노소가
They were
없었죠.
also like imprisoning kids.
Just imprison anyone ever. 15 years old, you wouldn't even know, like, and also, like, that person's got a mother and father somewhere who's probably just thinking, where the hell?
좀 많은 분들의 희생이.
So Igwan-sun, the girl that we're talking about, like the 17-year-old girl, she was also imprisoned here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. The level of like maturity, I was looking at the sort of stuff she was saying. I was like, at 17, I couldn't even like look after myself.
Right.
아, 유관순 열사에 대해서 원래 알고 있었어요, 필릭스는?
I actually did know about her, yeah. And because I've just heard about her story of how much she put up with and how much she was willing to sacrifice, how she went to prison and came back out, and then she still was fighting, like fighting the entirety of her life, and she was so young. So that story definitely I heard about, and I read some more about it, I researched some more. It was an incredible story.
I mean, for me as a German, I feel like every time I come here, especially when I see the prisoner cards, I think so much of the Nazi area when we all the Jewish people, they were all imprisoned, and probably also like similar cards, right? Like similar.
너무나도 유명하죠. 아우슈비츠는
좀 그런 생각 많이 하죠. 아무래도 저도 이제 독일 갔을 때 그런 수용소들 그래도 한 두세 번 정도 방문하다 보니까 사실 되게 끔찍한 사진들이 많아요. 그러니까 예를 들면 그 수용소 안에서 너무 생활하기 힘들어서 자살하시는 분들의 어떤 발견된 사진들. 그러니까 그런 되게 끔찍한 것들 많아서 그거 계속 생각나더라고 가면.
맞아요. 사실 아픈 역사지만 우리가 다 알고 기억해야 될 일이니까.
너무나도 아픈 공간이죠. 사실 서대문형무소 보고만 있어도 가슴이 아려오는 곳이지만 그렇다고 저기를 없애서는 안 돼요.
그럼요.
저런 공간일수록 우리가 잘 지키고 있어야 얼마나 지금 우리가 갖고 있는 권리가 소중한 것인지를 역설적으로 또 알 수가 있기 때문에
맞아요.
저런 공간을 우리가 잘 보존을 해야 돼요.
그렇죠. 그리고 또 알아야 앞으로는 저런 일이 일어나서는 또 안 된다.
당연하죠.
Like a prison should be a symbol of justice, and at that time was like the opposite. It was a symbol of like injustice.
Curbing any.
Yeah.
So the first time I got to actually see the Korean history was what interests me most about the Korean history is the fact that it has a history of being defending against other powers trying to subjugate or attack Korea, and the whole time they've had to fight for their culture and their language. Even today we saw that they had to fight for their culture and language. Suffering that these people had to endure throughout their experience, throughout this whole of the prison system, was something that really was, and you actually saw it and we actually experienced it. Yeah, thank you very much guys for taking me along
you're welcome.
and showing me the ropes.
No worries.
네, 많은 독립운동가분들을 지칭할 때 이제 이름 뒤에 뭐 의사 혹은 열사라는 칭호를 붙이잖아요. 근데 사실 이 열사와 의사의 차이를 정확히 모르는 분들이 꽤 많으시더라고요.
엄청 헷갈려요, 그거는.
저도
처음에는
그렇고.
그러니까
네.
의사는 우리 외국인들이 그걸 배웠을 때 닥터.
그렇죠.
아, 그래. 그냥 직역하면
닥터라고 하는데 그때 의사라는 단어는 여러 가지 방법으로 쓸 수 있더라고요.
의사는 말 그대로 그러니까 무력으로 투쟁하다가 저항하다가 죽은 사람. 안중근 의사 아시죠? 이토 히로부미야 저격한 안중근 의사, 그리고 일왕한테 폭탄을 던졌던 윤봉길 의사, 이제 이런 경우에 우리가 의사라고 쓰고, 열사는 진짜 말 그대로 맨몸 맨주먹으로 싸우고 저항하다가 돌아가신 분들을 이르는데 유관순 열사.
맞습니다. 뭐 의사와 열사가 순국한 뒤에 붙일 수 있는 칭호라면 지사는 살아계실 때도 쓸 수 있는데요. 그래서 열사, 의사, 지사 모두 아울러서 일컫는 개념으로는 투사가 있습니다.
그렇죠. 투사.
네.
투쟁하다. 그럴 때 쓰는 투자를 써서 이제 투사라는 말을 쓰죠.
네.
모두의 즐거움 MBC 에브리원.